Warning, this podcast contains explicit sexual language and should only be listened to at work if you're looking for an excuse to connect with your HR representative. Additionally, all mentions of the word women include cis and trans women. For my friends who are genderqueer, gender fluid, figuring it out, anything in between, and feel like this conversation is also important for you, you are welcome here.
Will you open up with me? These pages, they can feed your innermost desires. Do you feel inspired? Are you getting what you need? Are you coming curiously? A secret safe with me. And here you can simply be yourself. Sweet romance. Come on in, come on in, come on.
Hi, y'all. This is Jace, she, they, and you found Jace Reads Romance, a community dedicated to empowering women about sex and sexuality through the reading of romance novels. This is a weird Forearms episode, Sephi.
Weird.
This is weird. It's weird. Okay.
Oh
so this is the September Forearms episode. And typically what has happened is about a third of the books that I have read contain forearm episodes, right? A third. Yeah. No. 4 books. And that's it.
Out of 26?
Out of 26 books for September, 4 contained quotes about forearms. That's it.
What?
Now, to be fair, I still have 17 quotes about forearms because when it rained, it poured.
That's really impressive.
I know. It's really impressive. And so we're just going to go from like least amount of forearm quotes to most amount of forearm quotes. That's the organization of this episode. And it's in chronological order, just so that we can all live through this together.
I love it. I love it.
Right? So the first book was Unhinged by Vera Valentine. And you wouldn't think that a story about a sentient door would have a quote about forearms, but you'd be wrong.
Oh, I'm so intrigued now.
It's not bad. I watched as her lips parted softly, her forearm muscles flexing as she twisted her grip slowly, methodically, an erotic echo of what I wanted her to do in the dream. So this is number 1 about a lady.
I like that.
Do you want to know what she's doing? That she's using her forearm?
Let me guess. Let me guess.
Okay, guess.
Is she opening the door?
No.
Damn.
She's cleaning the doorknob. She's sanitizing the doorknob before. No. Oh, wait. Before she puts a condom on it, lubes it up, and fucks herself with it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is honestly why I didn't tell you that detail during the wrap-up, because I didn't think you could handle it. I was like, I don't want to take the time that Sophie will need to recover.
That is incredible. That's all I'm going to say. That's incredible.
I know. Every other one is about a man, so that quote is about a woman. Every other quote is about a man. The second story is The Contract by Eva Haning. This is another novella. So we've got 3 forearm quotes in this novella. First one.
Wow.
I told you, when it rains, it pours forearms.
I guess. That just puts a weird mental image in my brain.
No, I said that and I went, are we going to let it slide? And the answer apparently was no.
No.
Okay. The sleeves of his crisp white shirt have been pushed up, revealing the tightly corded muscles of his arms, enchanting tattoos snaking their way around his forearms.
Yes, it's got the corded, it's tattoos and cords. It's great. I love it.
Right? He leans back in his chair, crossing his arms over his chest, the tightly corded muscles of his forearms teasing me.
Teasing. Oh, now there's sentient.
Oh
Oh my
no.
gosh.
Teasing me.
Teasing me.
Tears spill from my eyes as he closes me in again, his tattooed forearms at either side of my head, his hands practically digging into the wall. I don't remember if they're fighting or fucking in that moment, but
could go either way.
Forearm. Yeah. It says tattooed forearms. So
yes,
anytime there are tattoos in forearms, even if it's not a great quote, I do have to mention it for you. Yes. And here's the thing. I try to find forearm quotes that have lots of description, but if a book mentions forearms multiple times and some of them are lighter descriptions, I'm still putting it in here because you're mentioning forearms again.
Again. Yes, exactly.
Again. The next book, and this is a book, Ella Gets the D by Tanvir Pert. And these are all very short quotes, but there are 4 of them.
Okay.
Which is why I made that little public service announcement. Note to self, add forearm veins to his list of attractive features.
That's so funny. Okay, question, because I don't remember if you said this in the wrap-up. She's not a phlebotomist, is she?
No, she teaches preschool.
I mean, there's blood in both, so I mean,
but nope. Just a woman discovering forearms.
There you go.
Number 2, the tattoos on his right forearm flex every time he takes a sip from the cup nestled in his firm hand.
Nestled, like is he holding it like this? Like what?
It's so weird. It's so funny to me that these moments where she notices his forearms are not necessarily sexual. And I continue with this one. Corded forearm muscles flex as he wraps his nephew and Jackson and Haley in a hug. I'm like, dude, you're holding children. I know you're holding children.
Yeah.
And porn.
Yes.
So it's just these moments. I'm like, also, I think there are many people who find a parental experience attractive in a potential partner. And Jackson and Haley are her kids. And so she's watching this man that she likes just envelop her children in a hug. So I think it's also elevating the appeal.
Yes, for sure.
And then the final one is, my eyes follow the lines on his forearm that are dusted with black hair.
That's a weird one. That's a weird one.
I don't know. Is it weird? What's weird to you?
For some reason, like it puts in this image in my brain of like lines, like actual drawn lines. And I know he has tattoos, but like lines that are like, it's like a weird stripe of like black hair. I don't know why I'm showing you. No one else can see.
I envisioned the lines as the veins.
Okay. That makes more sense.
I'm not a tattoo person, but also both are valid. And I'm wondering, like, you got hair, you've got tattoos. How easy is it to see these veins?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He must have really like I guess you could kind of see mine and my wrist, but only just.
I think usually when people are talking about veins in forearms, it's those like popping out muscular veins of, you can see most of my circulatory system through my skin. Like, I don't think anyone is going to look at my wrist and be like, ooh, the veins, unless you're literally someone trying to draw blood. And then I have to warn you, my veins are roly-poly. You got to hold tight.
Oh, dang.
You got to hold tight or you're going to slip. And which is, just something that I deal with, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
There are worse weird body things to have than roly-poly veins.
Very true.
Okay, friends. really, if no other book had mentioned Forearms, we'd still have a Forearms episode for this month because Lights Out by Navessa Allen happened. And if you haven't listened to the wrap up and you don't follow me yet on social media, you might not know about this book. This book is inspired by the Masked Man thirst trap videos on TikTok, which apparently contain a lot of muscular forearms.
Yes.
Steffi, you are the expert, so.
Yeah, they do, because it's a lot of it, and not all of it, but a lot of it is men in like military tactical gear and with like rolled up sleeves, and it's fucking hot, y'all. I'm just gonna say that. It was fun to explain to Jace why it was hot.
And I try really hard not to ruin books for her anymore because she wants to be vaguely surprised for our wrap-up videos.
Yes.
But I couldn't. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know we've talked about Call of Duty, which I don't know what that is. She mentions I don't know what Call of Duty is, but she mentioned when we first did that, she sent me some video with like really deep music, like that kind of music. And I was like, okay, so you know what these are. Explain. So this book is about that. It is about a woman who follows these thirst trap videos on TikTok and a man who is in the thirst trap videos on TikTok finding each other, and maybe some light stalking and beautiful kink play. It's so fucking good. This book, I mention it, I'm going to keep mentioning it. It gives me Butcher and Blackbird's vibes in terms of the banter, in terms of the spice, in terms of their relationship is so much fun, even when the world is a shit show around them. I loved it so much.
So as an aside, a lot of the Masked Men cosplayers in non-cosplay life are femme presenting.
Shut the fuck up!
I know.
What in the ever-loving shit snacks? I mean, that is so great. Oh my God.
Like, when you asked me to send you a video, it took me a minute because I was like, I want to find one that's actually a guy, because she said the book is about a guy cosplayer.
So masculine and sexy and massive. He's and like, it's not real fanfic. He's just like a massive hunk of dude.
And like, I had to search through the ones I follow and be like, nope. Like, I follow a lot of them, and a lot of them are femme presenting in their real life, which I abso-fucking-lutely adore.
I love that. Can you send me ones that are more femme presenting now that we're through this?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, like I said, this story is inspired by that, and therefore there are 9 mentions of forearms. Honestly, I think I missed a few. I do. I think I missed a few, but I listened to this, and it's hard for me sometimes to like make those notes, but the book itself, go read the book, go buy the book. It's so good. And so this is what I've got. One, I do have to say, doesn't mention the word forearms, but it comes late enough in the stories that like we know you're talking about your forearms, dude.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
So this is in chronological order in the story. There are no flashbacks in this book, so it's in chronological order. First one, I release a shaky exhale as a muscular forearm was revealed, covered in tattoos and veins, and oh God, what was it about forearms that had such a chokehold on me? Was it because I could picture those muscles flexing as that big hand held both of mine over my head? Or better yet, bunching with barely restrained strength as long fingers wrapped around my throat.
There's so many, like, it takes so many forearm boxes. Like, it's
so many boxes. Like, this is a book written either about, like, for people who love forearms or by someone who loves forearms.
Yes.
And, like, there is fine. I respect you. Navessa, I respect you. I kind of want you on the podcast. If anyone can connect me to Navessa Allen, bring her over.
Absolutely,
because,
please.
yes, please. Okay. Now, to be fair, like, some of this shit is weird if you aren't A, reading the book, or B, aware of these thirst trap videos. Specifically, this thirst trap human does a lot of, like, I'm holding a knife and covered in fake blood. Okay? Let's just put that out there. This is not real. Quote number 2. Look at those goddamn muscles. At the knife he held in his free hand, the way his forearm bunched and flexed as he stroked himself.
Okay. That's hot.
I feel like whenever it is that Steffi consumes this book, she's just going to be a puddle on the floor.
It's going to have to be on one of my off weeks from work because I'm not going to be able to function.
No, you won't. So this is about forearms, and this is Josh talking about himself. So, like, it's mostly in here for you. I know that he's talking about his forearms. It's here for you.
Okay.
My tattoos were just as distinctive as my furniture choices, and they crawled all the way down to my knuckles.
Yes.
That's for you. Like, you know, he's talking about tattoos. It's been mentioned multiple times that he has them. So, like, I know it's really about his forearms. Okay. God, these quotes, they're just so fucking insane. I wanted his fingers wrapped around my neck while he fucked me so I could stare at the veins popping out along his forearms as he held me in place.
Yes, Yep, that's a thing. That is a thing.
I think Steffi's going to be a puddle at the end of this episode.
I mean, it doesn't help that I had a partner come over yesterday morning and, like, that happened. That exact quote that you just said happened.
All right, then.
So
I also miscounted. There are 10.
Oh my God.
Okay, moving on. He lay on his couch, clad in a black Henley with the sleeves pushed to his elbows, revealing tattoos and the corded, veiny forearms I obsessed over.
Yep. I love it.
My favorite part of that is the Henley. Henleys are my gray sweatpants.
Henleys are fucking sexy. Like,
they are. I would rather see a Henley than a pair of gray sweatpants.
I'm with you. I'm not big on the gray sweatpants, but a Henley, You
can have any other color of sweatpants, but, like, I'm not about the gray.
No.
Anyway. Oh, this is this is another one from Josh's perspective, and I love it. It took me a moment to notice how motionless Allie had become. I glanced over as we passed under a streetlight and caught her staring at my forearms, the gun resting forgotten against her thigh.
Why the fuck does she have a gun? No, don't tell me. Just like
I'm telling you, it's so good. And this is a little bit later in that same scene. So, like, she's got a knife and a gun in the car while he's driving. Don't worry about it. It's all fine in the end.
Okay.
What was it she'd said about my forearms in that one comment? That she wanted to trace each vein with her tongue? Testing my hypothesis, I gripped the steering wheel tighter, making them pop. Allie made a small, helpless sound and yanked her gaze away.
I can just see it. She's like,
Yeah. Okay. So this next quote mentions the word forearm. It's not about his forearm. I should warn you that he is edging her with a vibrating dildo. and has been for like the last 10 to 15 minutes, potentially. So like that's why it starts out like this.
Okay.
More vitriol spewed from my mouth as he braced his forearm across my shoulders and held me in place while he started thrusting into me again. I can read the whole thing, actually, because that's a good one. It starts. Oh, can I just read the whole part of it? Can I start from the beginning? You can decide to keep it or not. Fuck you, I spat. Only good girls get fucked, Allie. And from the way you've been cursing my name for the past 5 minutes, I think we've established that you aren't one. More vitriol spewed from my mouth as he braced his forearm across my shoulders and held me in place while he slowly started thrusting into me again with my godforsaken vibrator instead of his cock.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, the next sentence is, it felt like he'd been doing this for an hour, though it had probably been closer to 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Last two. The camera panned once more, showing him lying on his side, one hand propping his head up, the other disappearing off screen, forearm flexing deliciously as he pumped his arm like he was fucking that vibrator into me again.
Yes.
I love it because he makes a video based on what they've done and posted on the internet. So it's basically like a reminder of what happened for her on social media. It's so great. She's like, fuck you. It's so good.
That's amazing.
And this is like after shit's gone down. So it's like not in a sexual moment, but Allie is obsessed with forearms. So Here we go. Josh drummed his fingers over the steering wheel absentmindedly, and I almost whimpered at how it made his tattooed forearms flex. My eyes were drawn upward from it to his biceps, straining against his shirt sleeve.
Yes.
I can just imagine Jasmine like, stuff is happening. She's like, which is why I think, I swear to fucking God, I must have missed some, because that happens maybe at the 2/3 mark. And there's more. There has to be more. And I wonder if I was just too invested in the story, which should tell you how good the story is.
Yeah, definitely.
To notice any other mentions of forearms. But that's it. That is, and I have oddly no other body parts highlighted of note from this past month. So I don't know if it's because I read so many novellas and they just don't have the time to describe things. But I'm hoping that this next month I get a little bit more. I'm excited to go back to Nisha J. Tooley this month. And some other authors. If you have seen, I already posted my ideal. Hopefully I'll finish it. TBR coming at you. So we will see, and I'll keep you posted next month. Bye.
Bye.
That's it for today, y'all. This has been a 3 Paws Productions podcast. Our producer is Seffi. Michael Achenbach is our patient editor. Our theme song is written and performed by Diana Weishauer. You can find show notes and so much more at jacereadsromance.com. That's JAYCE Reads Romance. Follow along on TikTok and Instagram at Jace Reads Romance. If you'd like to ask a question or share a story for the podcast, call and leave a message at 661-JACE-RR. That's 661-529-2377. Or send an email to jace@jacereadsromance.com. Finally, like and subscribe so you can get every episode when they drop. You can also leave us a review to help others find us. And remember, this is Jace holding space for you.